Hello everyone and welcome to the 18th episode of Nina and Knitting. My name is Nina and I live in Jyväskylä in central Finland with my husband, our two kids and a dog. I'm not on Instagram, but you can find me on Ravelry as Ninima. And we also have a Ravelry group called Nina and Knitting Podcast, and you can find that by searching in the groups tab, or I'll also put a link to the episode thread in the description box down below here on YouTube. In the group, you'll find the episode threads with show notes and links to the patterns, and an Ask Me Anything thread and introductions thread. Yeah, I think that's it. Today is Wednesday, May 10th, and again, I'm in the forest. Just seeing how this is gonna work today. I still don't have a tripod, and I'm really thinking about whether to get a tripod or a yarn ball winder first, because I'll have to choose one or the other. It's not easy, I tell you. I showed you my fabulous recording equipment last time, so if you're a new viewer, maybe you'd want to go and check out my last podcast. At the end of the episode, you'll see my glorious recording equipment. Yes, so if you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today I have only finished objects. That's all I have. Nothing on the go at the moment. Nothing yet. I'm also going to share a project that I'm going to start today. And then I got some mail. And I have some fabulous news. Not knitting related really, but something that will affect my knitting. And something really great. But I'm going to talk about that in a little while. Yeah, I'll just start with my finished objects. And my first one is in this bag by Anita Yarns, something that I bought somewhere last year. But here are my finished socks. Something that was uh, in progress last time. Oh, last time I showed you these. So this is a pattern called Lambs and Bunnies and Chickens, Oh My, by Ross Clark. Yes. And this is round 3 pattern for Sock Madness 11. So that's a sock knitting competition I'm participating in. And in the Ravelry group in last episode's thread, Alison Roseboom asked me whether I got through to the next round, and I just answered her that no, I didn't. And actually, that's a good thing, and I'd talk more about that in this episode. I'm gonna share it with you in a little while. Anyway, so last time I had finished one cuff, all of the color work here. I was knitting these tandem because I'm really not good at color work, and I just wanted to get this big part done before I could get to the feet, which would be just plain knitting, plain stockinette, and just a little bit of color work here before the toe decreases. But so I had one cuff done, and then the other one I was here on the necks of the bunnies, I think. And the yarns. This, I have the tags actually. Have the tags. I think I took everything with me this time. This first yarn, this variegated blue, is Lanitium Ex Machina glitter sock, and this bluer one is colorway called Lord of the Rings: The Return of King Anduril, and it is 70% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 5% stellina, and I ran out of that colorway, of course. So I had another nugget of Alanitium Ex Machina glitter sock in a colorway called King of Bollywood, and this is that yarn. It's sort of a reddish purplish, I don't know. Yeah, so that's it. This twinkling yarn is Lanitium Ex Machina, and then this brown, which is in the bunnies, and this lighter brown or beige, which is in the lambs, and this lighter green here is, oh, I have a ball band here, is Altekunste. Altekunste Sockenwolle, 420. It's 25% wool, 75% wool, 25% polyamide. And the brown colorway is called chocolate. This lighter one, which I use for the lambs, is called sand, and this green here is limet. And it's very nice. I think it feels a little bit thicker than the Lanitium Ex Machina, even though I think the yardage or the meterage on both skeins should be the same, to 420, 400. Okay, so there should be even more on these balls. But anyway, it feels a bit thicker, but not much. And then this yellow, variegated yellow, is Handu. Handu cashmere sock, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. This colorway is called Earnest Mandarin. And then there is this rust color and this darker, or not darker, anyway, greener green. And they both are Drops Fable. And Drops Fable, this rust color is colorway number 110, and this green is called Apple Green, and it's, I think, 112. It's just 75% wool, 25% polyamide. Yeah, that's the yarns in here. And okay, so last time I podcast, it was a Tuesday, 2 weeks ago. The pattern had been released on Saturday morning local time, and on that Tuesday I had finished one calf and I was here on the second. That evening I continued with this color work. I had some 10 rows or so to do when I went to bed. And then on Wednesday I turned both heels and I was doing the gussets, and then I went to bed because I was too tired. And on Thursday I had 6 hours of exam supervising at work, so I knew I'd have a lot of knitting time if I wanted. So I took my unfinished socks to work, and when I got the students working on the exams, I went and checked on the forum, and I saw that all the 24 spots for the next round had already been taken. And yeah, I was kind of bummed out. Uh, I've never been too competitive before, but now I don't know if it's something about age or whatever, but I've found some competitiveness in myself. It's not that I want to win others, but it must be. But anyway, I would have liked to go through to the next round. But on the other hand, I'm really not surprised that it was this pattern with this much color work that got me eliminated, because I'm slow at color work. I really am. I'm not good at it. I haven't done much of it, and I find it difficult. So yeah, it's a no-brainer that this was the pattern that got me out. Um, but so I decided to not knit all the time, not knit the whole time I was supervising. I actually got some work done. I had some really boring paperwork and administrative things to do, and I just knit just a little bit. But and I took my time, when I continued knitting these. Then on Friday morning, around 11, I think, I got a phone call saying that there is an apartment for us with an extra bedroom, because we've been looking for one for quite a while now. Um, I think over a year on and off, and more actively at least all this winter. Well, there's only 2 bedrooms in our current apartment, and there are 4 of us. There just isn't enough space for all of us and our staff. So we've been looking for a 3 bedroom apartment, and now we got one. Uh, we had time to go and see the apartment before we made the decision. And when we saw it, I'm just not gonna talk about it too much, because if I did, this would be a 2-hour episode with very, very little knitting content. But let's just say that, yes, there are 3 bedrooms and our own sauna, which is fabulous. I'm so happy about that. So, yeah, we went to see the apartment, saw that it was really, really nice. It's not very far from where we live at the moment, so we'll keep the same daycare center for our daughter. Our son will start at another school next fall, because he's starting middle school, so he would have changed schools anyway. And yeah, it's really nice. So we had time to go and fill out the forms to give notice of moving out of our current apartment, because I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Finland, most of the time, I think, you have to give a full month's notice of moving out so that you won't have to pay extra rent. So that was the last working day of the month, and we were just in the nick of time to hand in the form saying that we're moving out. Yeah, so we're moving, you know. I'll have to pack everything. Or, yeah, my husband will do packing also, but let's face it, a lot of the stuff is mine. So I'll have a lot of things to do other than knitting. So now that I'm out of the competition, really, maybe I won't feel as bad not having time to knit, as much time to knit as I would if I weren't packing, if you know what I mean. So it's all for the best. And that's the story of my lambs and bunnies and chickens. Oh my. So a new apartment. I think once we're moved in, I'll give you a tour and talk about it more. But for now, yay! We're moving. We're getting more space. Our daughter is getting a room of her own. Her toys will go in her own room. At least some of the time they will. Yeah. But that's also my finished object number 1. The second finished object is actually already at the recipient. I took a small video clip of it last Sunday and I'm gonna insert it here. Alrighty, I have a finished object that I'm gonna pop in the mail tomorrow, so I'm just gonna do a short video clip now and show it to you. This is a project that I have shown before when I was working on it, but now they are finally finished and I just can't imagine why it's taking me so long. But yes, these baby booties, I had one that was ready a while ago when I last showed them to you, and now they're both here. Just gonna drop one of them, put it under my arm. So this pattern is called Heartbreaker, oops, almost dropped it, by Rea Järvenpää. And yeah, here's the booty. It's very, very quick to knit, but it just took me forever and ever for various reasons. One of them was that I used another yarn. It calls for Novitanalle, which is basic 75% wool, 25% nylon DK weight yarn, and this is, I think it is DK, but it is 100% acrylic because I thought it would be easier for the mom to be able to put them in the washer, but it's a lot softer than Nalle yarn. So what that means is when you're, oops, I did drop it. There's still the other one. So when you're making baby booties out of really soft yarn, it's kind of difficult to get them in shape. So I was just, you know, thinking back and forth, should I rip it back? Maybe I should just change the yarn, but I was almost done and I was just hoping to get them in the mail. So I just figured, okay, they'll be cute in the baby's fate, and they'll stay pretty well because there's this elastic band that goes under the foot and then behind the heel or the ankle, and I'm pretty sure that this elastic band keeps it well in place. So yeah, it'll be fine, but it was just different from what I kind of envisioned, I think. But yes, they are ready finally, and tomorrow I'll put them in the mail for the baby. They are pretty big, so even though the baby is now, I think, 2 months, close to 2 months at least, they'll fit her nicely. But yeah, it's a fun pattern once you get your brain wrapped around it. But yeah, maybe if you want to make them, you maybe want to just think about your yarn choice a little longer than I did, because if I did it again, and I might for somebody else, I think I will use another type of yarn, something that's a little more sturdy, because it's easier to get the booty to stay in shape. And I did modify it a little bit. There is just a little bit of elastic band here inside this fold, just to keep it a little nicer, you know, upright. Yeah, but they're cute, aren't they? Right, so what I guess I forgot to mention while I was talking about the baby booties, the heartbreakers, um, I think I mentioned that the yarn was Novita Ayatan, which is 100% acrylic. It's just for the mom. She can toss them in the washer and it'll be fine. But I used 3.5 millimeter needles, DPNs, when I was knitting them. And maybe didn't mention that. 3.5 millimeter is US size 4. And for the bunnies and etc., I used my 3.0 millimeter DPNs, and that's US size 2.5. Yeah, that's it. Then my third object, finished object, and I just finished it last night. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are any, my breathing space. I'm not gonna fit it in the picture, am I? So this pattern, breathing space, is by Veera Välimäki. I knit size large, haven't woven in the ends, I haven't blocked it or wet it yet, and I will weave in the ends after blocking. But I just wanted you to see it before I wet it, because I talked about this before. The yarns, to start with, are in the tags are in a plastic bag. So this wonderful red colorway is Stranded Dye Works Paradise, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. It is extremely soft, wonderful, and I think it's just amazing in a sweater. Just so very, very soft. The colorway is called Poppy. It's not something she dyes, something that Amy dyes at the moment, but she did because I requested it. I knit a pair of socks in this Poppy colorway last summer, and I just fell in love with the colorway, and I wanted to have a breathing space with this red color. And this white looking colorway is Drops Baby Merino. It's 100% merino, and the colorway is number 44. It's a powder color. You just can't really see it from this because it looks so pale, or it looks so white next to the red. But yeah, so I did talk about this red color or colorway before because it has stained my hands and my needles a little, so I'm afraid it will bleed, and that's why I wanted you to see it before I wet it, because I'm not sure if it's gonna bleed on the lighter, the white parts, the stripes, or not. If it will be fine. It'll be red and pink, red with pink stripes, and that'll be just fine. But if it doesn't, if it stays this way, yeah, I'll be happy. What I mentioned, so this is size large, and I tried it on yesterday. The hem, or this lower part, yeah, it is loose, but I think it's gonna be okay. I'm going to like to wear it once I get it, the ends woven in and so forth. What I mentioned about these stripings is that it does remind me of a candy, because I had this project for my Stripes Everywhere Cal, and I totally failed my own cal because I didn't finish it in time. But yeah, so there are a lot of stripes, and these red and white stripes are the same kind as we have for some candy here in Finland. This kind of Marianne candy with red and white striping. This candy, I actually, the people who won prizes for the cal got some of these candies. This red and white is peppermint, hard peppermint coating, and some chocolate in it. And then there is another type of Marianne, which is blue and white. And this is also peppermint coating, and then there is some, I think, caramel inside it. I prefer these. Chocolate is not my number one thing, although yes, I ate all. I do have a sweet tooth. I do, and it shows. But yes, so here's where I was last time I showed you this. Just a few stripes away from this one colored part and then the ribbing. But the last rows were just very, very long. So it took me a while to finish it. But now it is. Now it's all done. I'm going to try some tricks to prevent this red from bleeding on the white. So I'm gonna put some vinegar in the water, and then I'm gonna get some color catchers, and we'll see how that goes. And it was not a surprise because it is such a rich color, and I totally love it. So if it stains or bleeds on the white stripes, then it'll still be worth it. I don't mind. So that's my third finished object. It's the one I finished yesterday. I've used 4.0 millimeter needle for this. So that's size 6, US size 6. For this ribbing, I used 3.5 millimeter. So that's 2.5. Is it? No, that's US size 4. And then actually for the cuffs, because I talked about this last time, I wanted to have even more pull. Wanted this ribbing to pull more. So for this one, I used 3.0 millimeter needles, and that's size US size 2.5. Yeah, very nice, and I love the yarns. It's very, very soft. And we've had, well, I know it's boring that I always talk about weather, but I think that's Finnish. That's a Finnish thing. We always talk about the weather, and it is May 10th, and it's been snowing, it's been hailing, we've had some wonderful sunshine. So we've had it all, and the temperature is not very high at the moment. So this is global warming for you, the Finnish style. So I'm really sure that once I get this wet or blocked and the ends woven in, I will still be able to wear it because it's not that warm yet. But anyway, if there's this wonderful thing that summer and it comes to us, then yeah, I'll wear it next winter. Yeah, those are my finished objects, and I'm gonna turn the page of my notes. What do I plan to do next? What am I casting on today? Well, of course, it's the next pattern for the Sock Madness 11. It's round 4. It started, the pattern was released local time, 4 p.m. It wasn't Monday. I think it was Sunday at 4 p.m. or around 4 p.m. It's a wonderful pattern with beads. The pattern is called Symphony Socks, and I'm just gonna show you a picture. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it. Let's try. So this is a picture of it. And now that the sun's come out, you can see through the paper and you can see the text. Let's try my phone. I'm not sure if that's gonna be any better. It worked nicely just a while ago when we didn't have the sun behind me. And I don't know how to add photos in the video, but if you can't see it, you will in my next episode, because I will cast it on. So it's a pattern with beads. It's called Symphony Socks, and the designer is Elizabeth White. There are 2 colors of beads, and then one for the yarn. And I have decided to use this Limette color because it is just wonderful. And I told you before that this it's not very soft as a yarn, but it does feel like something that I'm thinking will hold really well. And the beads I'm going to use, I'm not sure if you can see that, maybe yes. So there are these red beads, and then there are these sort of see-through beads with some silver in the middle here around the hole of the bead. I think it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they'll look nice in the pattern. And that's what I'm going to be casting on today. After I get some boxes packed. But yeah, this is my next project. And yeah, so Limette, that was from Altekunst. This yarn that I showed you this ball band already. Yeah, that's it. I haven't bought anything, so I don't have that sort of stash enhancement, and I didn't even think I'd have anything else for this podcast. But well, there's this swap I took part in a while ago. It was for the Notorious podcast. If you haven't checked them out, you should. It's very fun. Notorious podcast had their first podiversary, 1 year podiversary, and they decided to organize a swap for that. So I put together a package and sent it to somebody, and then there's another person who sent something to me. I sent a package to Sam in Scotland. Hi, Sam. And then she messaged me, sent me a PM via Ravelry, and then we actually got talking on Facebook, because Facebook Messenger is a lot easier way of communicating than the PMs on Ravelry. So we've been messaging each other back and forth for a while now. It's been great fun. And she mentioned to me a while ago that she had sent me a little bit of something. And well, of course she didn't have to. My swap partner, I haven't received it yet, but I'll talk about it when I do. But yeah, so Sam just mentioned that she had sent me something small. And I went to the post office on Monday. Did I? I think it was Monday. Yes, it was on Monday, last Monday. And I got the package. And it's not a little bit of something, it was a lot of something. Uh, so it was a box. I actually have it with me, but it's under my tablet now because I wanted to get it a little bit higher. So I'm using it, but the stuff is right over there. The stuff that was in the box. So when I got to my office, I started searching for scissors to open the package, and the first thing I noticed was that there was a nice smell. Something smelled really nice. So let's see. And then I got the package opened, and oh wow, there was a lot of fun stuff in there, and all was very cutely packaged. But let's see. The one that I smelled, there's a fourth one somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Was these wax scents. Okay, my camera stopped, but I think I know why. I forgot to delete the videos from last episode. Okay, so I was talking about these scent waxes. So it's Yankee Candle, Sun and Sand, and then Beach Walk. And it's very nice. The fragrance really nice. I know that you're supposed to put these on sort of a bowl or a tray with a candle underneath, and then the wax will melt and release the scent in the room. But these smell pretty nicely like this, so I may just go and put them in the linen closet because they'll give some nice scent to the bed sheets and all that. So that was the first thing that caught my attention. That's the dog over there. And then there were these cute little bags, pouches, I don't know. First of all, there's this one with, I'm just gonna take some out to show you. So they are these cute little flowers, and you can either put some stitch markers or something, pins here, and use it as a decoration somewhere, or since there are these holes going through, you can put them on a string and make a bracelet or whatever, or you can knit them, use them as buttons, I think, or something. They're really cute. They're different colors of small roses or whatever. Very, very cute. That's one. Then there was this other bag that I'm not gonna open because what's in is so small that I'll just lose all of it here in the forest. But there are these sort of beads with different letters, so you can write stuff. They are fun. And then what I'm gonna show you next. Then there were these couple of minis that she put in. So this is a DK weight yarn that's local, dyed in Sam's hometown. It's Rudolph with Your Nose So Bright, Martha Bean base, 100% superwash BFL, and it's melted maglet dye works. It looks really nice, and I'm actually thinking about a project that I could use this for. And then there's another DK weight yarn, and I might use it for the same project. We'll see. This very fun variegated tinky dye, which is also a British yarn dyer. So that's nice. That's DK weight. Superwash merino also. Very fun. I might know what to do with it. We'll see, and then I'll show you. And they both were in this cute little bag, and there were the 3 of these cute bags. One with these minis, another one which had some ribbons, different ribbons, and a notebook. Ugh, look at it. Yeah, just a regular notebook. And then there was a third little pouch with some minis and a fun little, see if I can find the owl first. So there's this owl, and this is from Danielle Stanley. I have the card here. Under the Rowan Trees.etsy.com. So you could either do some cross stitching or other kinds of decorations, or you can just enjoy it like this. Maybe make a pendant. I don't know. But it's wood. It's very nice. Very pretty. And this is where it's from. Under the Rowan Trees. And then there was this mini set. I've heard about this owl about yarn, and there are 5 minis in here. I'm not going to take them out of the package. They are different yarn bases and very, very nice colors. So that's fun. And then there was a little bag with some teas. I actually sent her some teas myself, and I wrote a note in the package saying that I kind of felt a little funny sending tea to somebody in Britain, because they're known to be sort of connoisseurs of tea. But yeah, I just sent her something that I enjoy myself, and then she had sent me back some. Then there was some chocolate. I forget the name of the brand. That's gone. I actually messaged her because I sent her a message on Monday saying that, okay, so yeah, you got me a little bit of something. And then I told her that she actually saved my lunch, because that morning when I left for work, I had forgotten to get anything to eat during lunch. And I usually just go down to the cafeteria and get some coffee in my and get back up in my study or my office and have the coffee up there, and then I have something to eat with it, something that I bring from home, but I have forgotten. And then, well, I got some chocolate from her. So yeah, then she got me some stickers. Very cute. And then last little thing, this sketchbook, just white pages with normal sketchbook. Thank you, Sam. It was very, very fun, and I told her that I'll have to send her some finished chocolate. I did send her some candy when I sent her the package, but it was something a little different, and now I'm just gonna have to send her some chocolate that I enjoy, something that's been manufactured here in Finland. I'm getting a little cold again. And the dog somewhere. Oh, he's not far, I know. Yes. So, is that everything? I think it is. I don't know when I'll be podcasting next. Because when I was walking here, I started, going through what I want to talk to you about, and then for my next podcast, when will it be? Uh, the 1st of June, which is when I guess we'll be moving, if the tenants of the apartment, the current tenants, can't move out before that. But it's on the June 1st at the latest when we get to move. That's in 3 weeks. So I have a lot to do before that, and I don't know if I'll have time to record an episode. I don't know how much time I'll have to knit either. So I'm making no promises, but I will. um, I will do another episode at one point, but I just don't know when. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Um, I feel like I'm a little bit scatterbrained at the moment. Sorry about that. I will try and get more organized one day, maybe. But yes, thank you for watching. Uh, I hope you'll come back next time I record. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. It's the red button over there or down there. Don't know. That way you'll get a notification when I get another video uploaded. But until then, I'm just gonna head back home, get some work done, and then start packing again. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I'm anxious, even though starting to stress out a little, maybe. But yeah, I hope you're having a good time. Take care. See you when I see you. Bye.